Hello everyone, my name is Ugofilippo Basellini and I am the Deputy Head of the Laboratory of Population Dynamics and Sustainable Well-being at the Max Planck Institute for Demographic Research. Open science means different things to different people. For some, it is the open, free accessibility of scientific research. For others, it is the provision of data and software codes openly. And for still others, it concerns the participation of non-scientists into the scientific process. Acknowledging the need for a formal and single definition, the UNESCO, in 2021, adopted the first internationally agreed definition of open science, that is a set of principles and practices that aim to make multilingual scientific knowledge accessible and reusable for everyone, for the benefit of science and the society. I think that the more knowledge can circulate, the more opportunities there are for people to learn about this knowledge, to use it, and also to contribute to its development. Unfortunately, as of today, much scientific knowledge is still available only in exchange for a payment. This is a real barrier to the dissemination of knowledge, especially for people in less advantaged countries and institutions. And this increases inequalities and it's detrimental to scientific progress. As a demographer, I was very interested into two things. So first, I was curious to know how accessible and how freely open demographic research really is. And second, I was also curious to know how open the building blocks of our discipline are. In particular, demographers, they really like to spend a lot of time analyzing data. And the software codes that they develop for this purpose are a really important scientific output. In fact, these codes allow other researchers to verify, replicate, and generalize published results, contributing to the development of the discipline. So for this reason, I was also curious to look at how accessible, how open these software codes are. I downloaded about 3,000 papers that have been published in 4 leading journals of demography over the last decade. And then I developed a text search algorithm that for each of these papers allowed me to determine whether the paper was open access, which means freely available to anyone with an internet connection. And second, whether the authors of the paper had made publicly available the software codes that they had developed for their analysis. So analyzing these two indicators of open scientific knowledge over time, I found two contrasting patterns. On the one hand, the publication of demographic research is becoming more and more accessible to everyone, with more than 90% papers published open access in 2023. On the other hand, the provision of software codes has always been and still remains very little, very limited, ranging from 10 to 30% in 2023 in different journals. And importantly, there have been very little signs of improvement over time of this trend. I think that while we are moving in the right direction in terms of publishing openly, we as a field could do a better job and put more efforts into sharing more our software codes. This would be very beneficial for other researchers, but also to allow for a faster development of our discipline. Often sharing of code does not occur because of a lack of confidence or a lack of incentives or the fear of being scrutinized. I think that we should try to change this narrative, for example, by providing more encouraging and more supportive feedback and comments to those who decide to share their code and work, by providing more opportunities for training, especially for early career researchers, by providing more incentives for sharing codes, and finally by trying to develop a culture where sharing becomes the norm rather than the exception. Sharing is caring, and I think we can all do our little part in this process.